Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we're gonna be stupid.
You got all your stuff in your notes?
Yeah, I got some notes.
Oh, damn.
Some notes.
Actually,
No notes.
I was actually writing my shit down.
Oh, I should start doing that.
I don't know why. I like writing instead of like typing or
Yeah.
doing all that.
Yeah, me too. I prefer that, but apparently
I
not.
was going the extra mile.
Getting that extra credit.
All right.
Wait, till my come up.
Yeah, it's in the kitchen. Some of them are doing, I'm use them, and I'm human. Hori dumpling.
Oh, that looks good, bro.
The setup?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. I like that. Just every time I come over, I just gotta switch everything up. Yeah, like I was watching some podcasts and like they had like something like this, similar. I really like that layout.
I'm gonna make sure my back is straight at all times. Okay, you want to do
I'm
the?
actually not sitting on a chair. I'm sitting on a.
Oh, that's right. Are you comfortable?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do the intro last time?
I think I did.
I'll do it this time.
Take it away.
Okay.
Are we doing the
You
clap
ready to
thing?
get into it?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back to Two Buds podcast. I am your co-host D'Angelo,
And I'm Angelo.
and
And
we got
this is the second episode.
we got an exciting one for you guys. Our favorite movie studio. We're gonna be ranking the top 5 films, and I don't know about you, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
excited. I'm really excited to do this.
So,
I think this is this is more like the first one we wanted to do, but then we decided to do the getting to know us. Even
Yeah.
though the getting to know us, I looked at it and like I didn't really say that much about myself.
no,
Yeah.
we kind of just like told stories and like
Yeah,
how the dumb things we did as kids.
yeah. That was still good. Good
Yeah.
episode.
I'm so glad they can only see like the top part of me because
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm wearing pants. I'm wearing like
I'm wearing
pajamas.
Yeah, I'm wearing sweats too. All right.
Okay, so you wanna start off with your? So again, this is top 5 A24 movies.
Yes. Top 5 A24.
Not in a specific order, just kind of like the top 5 we.
Yeah,
like.
just some of 5 of our favorites.
Yeah.
And then probably later on, once we do more A24 movies, we'll probably start ranking them,
Yeah.
which was our favorite and which is our least favorite.
Yeah.
But for now, we just want to talk about A24 movies.
Yes, sir.
I'm really excited. Brought to you
sure
by...
We're gonna have a couple that are the same.
Yeah, but I mean, that means you just go more in depth about it.
Yeah, you already know mine. Good times, good times, good times, and good times.
Brought to you by Blue Chew.
I've been singing that all over my YouTube. Okay, how about you take it away, man?
Oh, you want to? All right. All right. So, like we said, it's not in any specific order. So probably one of my favorites by A24 is 8th Grade.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you have that on your list, but this is probably one of my favorites. It's about a girl, a teenage girl, Kayla, who struggles with anxiety and striving to gain social acceptance. Her final week of 8th grade. It's a coming of age movie, which I always love coming of age movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the whole film really captures what it's like to be in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And some stuff I felt was super relatable, and other stuff, I think it's more towards like the newer generation.
Mm-hmm.
We're a little bit older.
Yeah.
But it just really, I think it captured anxiety pretty well. Bo, I read somewhere that Bo actually wrote this to reflect his own struggles with anxiety and like depression and all that, and like panic attacks being a comedian. Yeah, and then I think to not be like biased, he put it into to a perspective of a girl instead of him of a boy to convey his own experiences, but he also wants to explore like her generation and what they cope with to treat mental illness. And growing up with like social media, I know that I feel like we were like in the middle. Like we grew up as social media was becoming a thing. We weren't born into it, and I think that's just a great like topic. And just like navigating, like, because like 8th grade is like, it's not high school yet, so I mean you still have time to figure yourself out, but like I don't know, you're figuring yourself out like before.
Yeah. It's like the preface to
yeah
high
like
school.
just discovering like discovering yourself a little bit more, like self-identity, and I think this is one of my favorite movies, and I think like some of the shots, like you can tell because do you remember
We watched it together, and I remember blurry kind of how it was. Yeah. But I remember it was a good movie. I remember the anxiety parts, like it did a very good job at like reflecting that,
but yeah, and then also in the movie too, like there's not really big names in the movies,
which I like.
Bo was trying to capture like the realism of it, and so he actually casted 8th graders, and
which they don't do often, which you feel like they should.
I feel like like every like movie now is like you need a big name to bring in that crowd and get the most profit out of it. But I mean I think this is a good movie because I don't think he wasn't looking to make the most money out of it. He just wanted something that people could watch and kind of like feel the same towards, and kind of like hit that feeling with some audiences.
I think that's what honestly filmmaking is about, not worrying about like the budget or who your actors are, just like
trying to get your message out.
You like sharing this feeling. Like I remember there was a part in 8th grade that like I think it was the pool scene where she was like shy about like going in her body. And I was like, and I was chubby in 8th grade.
I saw it. I watched it yesterday, and I was telling Brianna like, cause she said she didn't go to like pool parties and stuff like that. Like, cause like in the movie, Kayla is trying to do more things that are all out of her comfort zone,
which is good. Yeah.
And I remember me being as a kid, like I would do some stuff out of my comfort zone. There'd be times where I would go to a pool party, but like I was a chubby kid too, so like I would go, but like I'd have a little confidence, but I wouldn't take off my shirt.
Yeah.
But I totally related in that.
Yeah.
And like you said, that shot of like, cause like it zooms in on her, like she's at the window like looking out before she goes outside to the pool, and it just like pans out, and the music they use is probably one of my favorite songs. Like that, like, do you remember how it is? It's like this like trumpet, just like trumpet sounding.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me.
And it just shows like every type of kid that is there, and like you got
that was a good
got like the kid doing like the things with his eyes, like flipping his eyes. I could never do that.
Or like those double jointed kids.
Yeah. And
that was a good movie, man.
Bro, yeah, that's one of my. I forgot how much I love that movie until I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't have that one on my list, but like I was close to putting it on. The only reason I didn't have it on my list is because I haven't watched it in so long, and I didn't have enough time to like watch it for this podcast. So I was like, let me play it safe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's good. I'm kind of glad you don't have it on your list, so like we can just like talk a little bit more about different movies.
Yeah.
Also, it really captured 8th grade, and I think it really brought me back to like that feeling. And like kind of like the big message of the film is kind of just like be yourself and whatever that means to you. And like kind of hits on the themes of anxiety. I think Bo wanted to do it from a perspective of a girl, because back then, you know, like I think like 22% of like teens have suffered with like anxiety and depression, and especially in young teenage girls.
Yeah, I'm sure it's only going up now.
Yeah, and I think that's why he chose Kayla as the main character. And
I think like if like how you said he's like he made this like kind of like for his like experiences.
Yeah, for his
like,
own struggles. Yeah,
for him choosing a girl, like it made sure that like his experiences, like what he displayed in the film, was universal.
Yeah.
You know, like not just a guy, or
not just from his perspective, but you know, just try to get it from like another perspective too.
Yeah. I think that's what makes a movie good, as long as you can like make it relatable to everybody.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and I think it just captures like adolescence really well. The only thing that I didn't like about this movie.
Tell us about it.
Well, I will. It's just like Kayla. Do you remember? Like, she's so mean to her dad, and her dad.
Yeah.
Her dad, like, bro, this movie made me like tear up a couple of times. With like just how she was treating her dad, like, and I understand, like, you know, she's, you know, a moody teenager, and I think the dad just handled every situation he could the best. He was very like calm, and then towards the end of the movie, Kayla goes through. Oh yeah, spoilers, by the way. I forgot there's gonna be some spoilers to some of these movies.
Yeah.
You know, Kayla goes through like you remember that car scene?
Yeah, that had me tensed up.
Yeah, a dude way older than her tries to make a move on her, and it's really hard to watch. And just like after that, she goes home. She's, you know, so distraught, so upset, and I think the dad just like is a really good dad in the end. Like, he just wants nothing but the best for her. And
I think like movies that like include those type of interactions, like that was very hard to watch. Like, watch that older guy hit on her. Like I can't remember exactly how it went, but like hearing you talk about it, that seems like a good thing to put in the movie, like to like show and demonstrate. But then like there's one in Good Times where a similar thing happens, and I don't like that scene. I feel like that movie could have went without.
I thinking the exact same thing.
It's just
we'll get to that when we get to that movie. Yeah, okay. I got some stuff about that movie. But I think that's all I can say for that movie. It's just a really great film, and I think for Bo's debut film,
that's right. It was his first.
He did really good, and hopefully that's not the only one he makes. I really hope.
I would love to see more of his stuff.
Yeah. But any other?
No. I think you did a great job at recapping that. No, I'm a little nervous saying my next one.
Really?
I did not come prepared like you,
bro. Okay, like there's like one movie in here like I couldn't really finish. So I mean, the other ones I kind of did my research, but there's like one where like I'm gonna have to like pull it out my ass or something.
That's gonna be all 5 of my movies,
bro. I just want to talk about movies. I don't care. Yeah. Like, I mean, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay, so I think again, man, good movie choice. I love that one.
Oh man,
kind of sticking with the like movies about like coming of age and kids.
You already know.
Mid-90s.
Oh yeah, baby.
That was Jonah Hill's debut film as a director.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of like what like got people to take him more seriously as a director and as an actor. I mean, people look down on him. I don't know if you like seen like interviews or like people kind of being mean to Jonah Hill.
Bro, there were I've seen like past interviews where they like kind of like fat shame him a lot.
Yeah, and, backhanded compliments.
Yeah,
like I remember he went on, I think Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh yeah, and he was like,
"Oh, you smoke?"
Yeah,
I was like, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, like what the hell, Jimmy?
I'm like, why would you say? I don't know if it was a bit or whatever, but I was like,
but it did look like Jonah was kind of like pressed about it.
Yeah, you could see it on his face.
Yeah,
but like it was just nice seeing him make a skater film that I know a lot of the skate community liked, because like there are a lot of skate films out there that don't really hit. And I mean, what's his name? The little kid, Stevie?
Sonny Soljic.
Sonny Soljic, but his name in the movie is Stevie.
Stevie, yeah. Sunburn.
Yeah, Sunburn. Well, you got Sunburn. You got fuck shit,
and
you got
fucking
the names in the movie.
You got the Mexican kid.
It was just a good group. Like, it's a funny movie. And
Fourth Grade, is that his name?
Fourth Grade, yeah. That's right. And like, oh man, I just recommend. Like, I mean, if you're a skater in any way, or if you're like
love the skate culture, this is the movie for you.
Definitely, you're gonna love it.
This is the movie that got us into skating. Like, this is the movie that hyped us up to like go skate. And I think like within like a week we got like boards and stuff, and we're like doing all the shit.
That's right.
Yeah. This was the movie for me that got me into skating, and
good movie.
It was a good movie. If it's that good of a movie to get me to want to do something,
it did its job. You feel me? And they actually used real skaters. They're not like actors.
They're actual like professional skateboarders.
And they're good. Let me tell you. They like, if you can check out their Instagram and stuff, they're
hella good.
Yeah, how do the young kids say? They're steezy. No, but I really enjoy that film. I know the soundtrack's good. The shots are good.
Oh yeah, all the music in that movie is really good.
The scenes are really good. I mean, there are two scenes that stick out to me.
It's shot in 3x4, like the aspect ratio.
Yeah.
That's what I love about that too.
Do you remember the scene where like Sonny's kind of like the runt of the skater group? Like, he's like the new like person to the group, and he's trying to warm up to people.
Yeah.
And like, there's this scene where like he just got into the group, he's trying to prove himself, and they're like skating on top of a school, and they're like olling this gap.
Mm-hmm.
And Sonny, of course, is not great at skating, and he's like, I'm just gonna fucking like.
But he still has the balls to do it.
Yeah, he had webbles, and he just went for it. And
he said, "Fuck it."
Sure enough, he hit that ollie, and in the middle of it, just
fall straight to the ground.
Yeah, and like he banged his head, and he was bleeding. But like,
oh, you know the funny part of that? Where the dude's like, "Give me your shirt," and then he gives him the shirt, and he's just chilling there like with his shirt off. He was like dumb look on his face.
He didn't want to give up his shirt. He's like, "Why my shirt?" Like some shit like that.
Oh, that was funny to me.
Yeah. Or like that same kid that was like, that gave up his shirt. He was like talking to Sonny, and he was like, or Stevie. He was like, "Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. That's gay shit. Like, don't say sorry." Like, just giving him bad advice.
Yeah. Wait. Fuck shit saying that?
I think fuck shit. Yeah. That's the
curly hair dude.
No, it was
the bald, the shaved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, because he was like the run of the group before Stevie came in, and he was like jealous of Stevie like making connections with everybody.
Right, yeah.
And like he said thank you or something to, I forgot his name, but like the guy was like, "Don't say thank you, like you don't do that." And then like the older kid, or the older like teenager of the group, gave him a board one time, and he was like, is it okay if I like, is it I mean, pardon or like language,
but this is what they said in the movie.
He was like, "Is it gay if I say thank you?" And he was like, "You're weird." Like, that's just proper manners, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it did a good job at like showing the like social dynamic of people, you know,
right.
And like
how
some people
because the other dude was running the group, so you're trying to push that onto Stevie.
Yeah.
And kind of he wanted to be with the older kids. Yeah. But I think just Stevie just proved himself and like made himself like up to the top pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, just be respectful, kids.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you're a good person, no matter what group you're running with, you be good, man.
Yeah. Yeah, dang it. Yeah, that's a really good movie. I was going to put that on here, but I was like, no, I know D'Angelo's going to put that on there, so I'm going to do something different.
Okay, good. Good. I feel like we got a good, like, your 5 and my 5 going.
Yeah. What else about that movie? I love the ending of the movie where the ending, bro, it gives me chills when they get in the car crash.
Mm-hmm.
But they do like the trick, like when they're driving and you get like that quick cut of like the flash of like them about to get hit.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to normal, and then like and then they actually get in the car crash, and the car's totaled, slipped over,
and they're on the side, and just
and they're like the 3 older kids are like big brothers, so they're like Stevie, oh no, like because he was like his head was like on the concrete, and at the end, like in the movie, like Stevie's mom didn't want him hanging out with those kids because thought they were just like thugs, like
and bad
hooligans. but
hooligans.
Then she realizes those are his true friends because they're all there waiting for him, making sure he's okay, like waiting for him to wake up out of the hospital.
Yeah, beautiful film.
That is such a good movie.
Yeah.
Good
good film.
good movie, man. These are like
good times
for people making their first movie. They're like really hitting it like on the spot.
Yeah, and like I mean, like you said, like Bo and then Jonah for their first films, that like they did a tremendous job. So a lot of props to them.
Yeah, honestly.
I think the only other person I can think of that like had a great film debut was Jordan Peele.
Yeah,
because
I wish he would do an A24 movie.
Yeah, right. There were like a lot of movies that like I had on my mind. I was like, did A24 make that? And I was like hoping they did. You know. Nope.
I thought Whiplash was an A24.
Me too. I was gonna put that on mine, but I was like, because I love Miles Taylor.
Yeah.
Should have put the Spectacular.
Fuck no. But speaking of Jordan Peele, he's supposed to be releasing another movie at the end of this year.
Oh yeah,
it's untitled though.
Okay,
but
I'm sure whatever it is gonna be good.
Yeah.
You know, I know his last one was like it was
his last one was Nope.
I was gonna say,
but I like that movie.
Candyman.
Oh, I think that was produced by him.
Yeah, but it wasn't like direct.
That movie was alright.
Yeah. We won't talk about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nope was pretty good.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep. Bro, a lot of people didn't like that movie though.
Yeah, I think it's just because it was very artistic.
Yeah, I think it was just artistic. But I like he's not doing like traditional movies though. He's just doing like things people have never really done before.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't think that makes it terrible.
No, it's just something new, you know.
Yeah.
What else you got?
All right. See, for my second one, which one I want to do? I'm gonna save the one you want to say for you to start it because I'm not gonna start it. So probably my second favorite would probably be Waves.
Waves. Hell yeah. Way up, I feel good.
I feel blessed. Waves. What do I have to say about this movie? So it tells a story of a suburban, well-situated family, 2 siblings, Tyler and Emily, and mother and father, Catherine and Ronald, seemingly have an ideal and successful, family life. But the family begins to rot from the inside when the father's expectations begin to weigh on Tyler's shoulders, and the tension between them casts a shadow on everyone else, including Tyler's girlfriend. What else? I think this movie, the dynamic between the dad and the son is so intense. Mm-hmm. It's basically the whole plot of the movie.
Yeah.
The conflict between them basically makes for the dramatic conclusion, which is spoiler alert, him killing his girlfriend accidentally. And this movie is just like one thing after another. It's so chaotic. Once it starts spiraling, it spirals.
It just keeps going.
It's like one thing after next. From the kid basically getting that shoulder injury and going to the doctors and not telling his family about it, and trying to just deal with the pain, and then that ultimately fucks him up. Like, he does nothing about it, and then he goes to a wrestling match, and the dude his opponent's tearing his shoulder up. And there's in the movie too, like the audio, you can hear the crunch of the shoulder.
It's just and it makes you cringe. You're
that part was hard to watch. To him basically partying partying and doing a bunch of drugs, drinking, basically him fighting with his girlfriend, him getting his girlfriend pregnant, him wanting to get her to have an abortion, and it's just like one thing after the next.
And I love how realistic I think this film is for teenage. If you're a teenager, this is your film to watch, man. Like, it is like from like you said, the son and father dynamic, about how the dad is pushing him. Like, the dad just wants the best for him, but like he does it
doing it the wrong way though.
Yeah, like he's just putting way too much pressure on this kid, not worrying about his health, and about his shoulder or whatever, and then like you can see how the dad's attitude and the way he acts rubs off on the son, because the son becomes very like violent and very like stubborn, really you know, to like the subject of abortion and him accidentally getting his girlfriend pregnant. Like I mean, there's like a scene where they're riding in the car back home, and he's like, oh, they went to the abortion clinic, and then she came out and she was like, I couldn't do it. And he's like, what the fuck do you mean you couldn't do it? What the berserk, and he like, it's just like, sadly, this is what a lot of teenagers go through that young, and sadly, I feel like that's how a lot of the conversations go.
Right.
So like, this would be a good film to watch to like know not what to do. You know, this is what you don't do.
This is just like a really chaotic movie.
And the like spoiler again, like the part where like, so his girlfriend and them break up after like hearing they're gonna get an abortion, and she wants to keep it and he doesn't, and then the girlfriend goes to a party and
he follows her there
and sees her going upstairs with a guy.
Oh man, that feeling.
And that's what I was about to say, because like as guys, like, we know that jealousy of like seeing
he's very envious
like the girl you're like so into and you love, just seeing them with somebody else, like it's so easy to get jealous and wrapped up in your own head.
It's like, you know, what are they doing, like
and you instantly think of the worst. Right?
And he was like I think he was drunk.
He was super drunk. He was on some pills. And like nothing was happening. Like she went upstairs with her gay best friend.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, like she was telling him that like nothing happened, and he was like, oh, you're drinking? And she was like, no, I brought it up to my friend. And then they were in the garage fighting at the party.
But do they make that known, or is it just like you don't really know what happened?
You don't really know until like they start fighting and she's saying this stuff. So like during the whole time you think she's like hooking up with this guy, because they make it look like that. They're like and like when it happened, like, because the way she accidentally died was not accidentally. Yes,
it was an accident.
I think you can consider it manslaughter. Like,
technically it is. Yeah, he like hits her, but hits her too hard, and like
she falls down.
Her head hitting the concrete basically, like, you know, knocks her, breaks her skull, and she basically just bleeds.
Yeah, and that's when like it starts spiraling fast, because someone comes out and it's like screams like, ah, like, and then
someone comes in and sees him,
and he takes off running, and it is just also like, besides the plot, man, the colors in that film.
The colors. There's a lot of blues.
A lot of blues, a lot of reds.
Vibrant reds.
Yeah, a lot of oranges.
Yeah.
Like, the cinematography on that film is amazing.
Bro, I have that written down.
Amazing.
The soundtrack was awesome too.
Yeah.
You got A$AP Rocky, you got Tame Impala, some Kanye West in there.
Frank.
Frank Ocean. You got some Chance the Rapper.
Mm-hmm.
I think this movie, I didn't know what I was expecting from this movie, but it wasn't this. Like,
we watched it together.
We watched it together, and I think I said this I don't even know if I said this on the podcast, but you were watching it, and then I saw you were watching it. I was like, oh, what's this? And I just sat down, and we were just like, we were just watching it together. But yeah, like you said, like the colors of the movie, like I really love the aesthetic of the film and the soundtrack, and the whole movie is just pure like chaos. I don't know. Have you seen Moonlight?
Like half of it.
Really? I would say this movie reminded me a lot of Moonlight.
Really?
Yeah. Just the way, like the colors and like how everything was shot. And I think also I've written down like one of the big things about this movie is it's a powerful reminder of the importance of a healthy family dynamic and
100%.
And the bad, and also like it shows the bad that can come with toxic relationships. Emphasizing the importance of open communication, mutual respect, and seeking help mentally if you need it. I think one of the big themes of this movie is toxic masculinity.
Yep.
It explores the dangers of it and the outcomes if one is pushed too far. There is in the movie, Tyler, the main character, the kid. He has his like the doctor tells him like his shoulder like needs rest, like you're gonna need surgery. But as men, we're taught to ignore it, not say anything, just deal with it. And I think that's taught by his dad too, because in the movie the dad has a neat. Oh God.
3, 2, 1.
All right, the camera stopped, but we're gonna keep going. As I was saying,
the dad.
Yeah, basically the dad in the movie. I don't know if you remember this, but he has a like messed up knee, and his wife is always telling him to go get it fixed and stuff. But he's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So that's probably where his son gets
that mentality.
Yeah, like men don't have weaknesses, don't show no weakness. I'm just gonna suffer in silence basically with his fucked up shoulder.
I think it's a lot of guys don't ask for help,
Yeah,
it's viewed as a weakness and like
we would know because we're guys.
Are we though?
But yeah, what were we saying?
Not just that, like you were saying, like it's big on mental health. I think one thing you touched on was the family dynamic. I'm a big believer in your environment really molds who you. It doesn't determine who you are.
Yeah.
But it molds your actions and like
what
you end up becoming.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that in this movie. Like the family dynamic is just very hostile.
Yeah.
And like man up and get through it.
Yeah. The dad is like, I think the dad forgets that his son's like only human. Like he's pushing all this like shit on him. And just like wants him to like have a good wrestling career, wants him like, if that doesn't work out, I think do football.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the dad owns his own construction company. So like I think he wants him to do that. Either want or doesn't want him to do that. Wants him to like do something better for his life.
Yeah.
And I saw this cool thing where the reason it's called could be a reason that it's called waves is it's a metaphor for all the emotions you go through. Because you go through a lot of emotions in the movie.
Yeah.
And also like the ripple effects Tyler's choices have on everyone else, because
that's what I was gonna say.
Because Tyler, he kills his girlfriend, runs, and basically that kind of like, so there's like two parts to the movie. The first part is Tyler's perspective, and then after he gets arrested and all this stuff, it's his sister's perspective after.
Mm-hmm.
And that is basically like the ripple effects of Tyler's actions,
how it affects his sister and
how
everything.
It affects his sister,
and that's
his
literally
family.
like the middle of the movie.
Yeah,
like at the hour. It's a 2-hour movie. At the hour mark,
or is it exactly hour?
It's like very close to it. Goes into his sisters,
I like that. But and the transition from Tyler to Emily's, like that little, the colors,
like when he's going to jail, or
yeah. Well, like that scene where it's just colors on the screen and it's playing that The Sound of Color song.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? I think it's like it goes from like the sirens to like this like mesh of colors on the screen, and then it goes to Emily, whatever she's doing. I don't know what she was doing.
That was beautiful. Yeah,
that was a good transition. And yeah, it's another Lucas Hedges is in that movie too. The brother from mid-90s and
yeah. And he was the asshole in mid-90s, but in this one he's like the sweet boyfriend of the sister.
Yeah.
So he's a good actor, man.
He's a good actor. He's also in Lady Bird. I think Lady Bird too. Yeah,
I didn't want to bring that one up. But
this guy hates the movie.
I'm not a fan. I
haven't seen it in a minute.
There's only a few movies I can say I hate or don't like.
Yeah.
Lady Bird is one of them. And I was thinking maybe we could do a list of movies we don't like.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. Like A24, just any movies.
Any movie. Okay. I won't take the credit for that. My girlfriend pitched that idea. She was like, because I told her how much I don't like Lady Bird.
Yeah.
And I want to get into because I never talked about it with anybody. But there's got to be a reason I don't like it. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I kind of want to get into that. I think for me,
I want to know too.
I think for me, just straight off the off the dome,
yeah,
is it just wasn't relatable for me. I think it was about going to college, and it dealt with a higher end family,
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie in a while, so I would have to rewatch it again and get a second opinion on it.
Yeah, I would have to rewatch it if I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Top 5 movies we don't like.
Yeah.
What else? I don't think I have anything else for that movie. Just that, the aesthetic of the movie is overall good, and the banging soundtrack, bro. I love the soundtrack. That put me on some me on some songs I never heard before.
Yeah.
There's a ASAP Rocky song in there, and a Tame Impala song I'd never heard of before. And
I think it hit the trifecta. It was good soundtrack, good colors, well
good
shot,
plot,
and good plot. Those are the 3 things you need to make a good movie, and it hit all that.
Yeah.
Also Alexis, the girlfriend that passed away.
The girl from Euphoria.
Yeah, she's also in mid-90s.
Oh yeah.
That was also another scene with older people and younger kids.
Yeah, that was hard to watch.
Maybe A24's got they got a reoccurring.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But I mean, I don't know how it serves to the story, but I mean they did it. So I mean.
Yeah. It's just it's just all about how necessary it is for the movie. If you're trying to convey a certain message. Like I said, in Good Times, did not like that one at all. I was unnecessary.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But anything else for that movie?
No. I think hit everything.
We covered most everything.
So.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. So. Viewers. I love talking about movies, man. So I said mid-90s.
Yeah. This is your second one.
This is my second one. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping you'd have that on your list.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones I switched out last minute.
I
was like, yeah, this dude's gonna have it on his list.
That's the one I added last minute.
Really?
I wasn't gonna put it on, but then it's just I watched that one.
We watched it in theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mean Brianna? We went to theaters.
Yeah, and it was good. I watched that one I usually don't rewatch movies. I watched that about 3 to 4 times.
Really?
Yeah,
I've seen that, 3 times.
Melina?
Yeah.
She loves that movie.
Yeah.
And
she should.
Yeah, I mean I think I love any movie that deals with
family.
Family, but specifically how do you say ethnic families or first generation families.
Yeah.
Asian, Hispanic, or any I just love that story they bring to movies.
Yeah.
Because they have a very unique dynamic for that family. A lot of things I don't know, it's just
I think I think when we saw that movie, I see a lot of people say it's overhyped and stuff, but I really don't think it is, because I don't think anyone else has really done anything like that, just because they go into the multiverse and stuff like that, and I think how they did it was really creative. You gotta do all these certain weird things to
gotta shove
to go into
bubble gum up your nose and chew a chopstick, and then boom, you're in the.
You remember that part where you have to you had to give yourself paper cuts in between your fingers?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was hard.
Yeah.
And the dude who plays the dad, he didn't act for 30 years before that. The last thing he was in was Indiana Jones.
Yeah. I think didn't he act with River
Brendan
Phoenix?
Fraser. Oh, what? River Phoenix?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I might be making that one up, but
the guy's pulling shit out of his ass.
I'm lying to you guys.
But I remember when we saw this in theaters, and like my mouth was like open the entire time. I felt like good it was, and I think I cried in theaters too. Like this movie was like gets your emotions like
again.
But for me, I cry like at every movie if it's like a sad part, or if it's like a hype moment, or if it's like anything. I'm just like when it comes to movies, I'm a huge ass crybaby, but like you know, in real life, I'm just like this emotionless. Nah, I'm just kidding.
I don't know about that.
but like,
no, I'm with you. Like a good movie, like I think for me, like it takes a good like scene and a good like message for me to cry, you know. And again, this movie was about family dynamics and the importance of family and like how they affect you,
right?
Like I know the mom in that movie was very like,
she was hard on her daughter.
Like you need to lose weight, or like and I think you see that a lot with like especially Asian Hispanic families, like, they like commenting on stuff that like
your insecurities.
Exactly, like especially Hispanics, man. I mean, me and you both know they're like, oh, el gordito, like a la flaca, you know, like literally calling you the skinny or the fat. It would be so weird to say that in English, but it's just the norm. It's the culture, you know. And you see that in the film, and I just love how crazy that film is.
That movie just goes like just balls to the walls, like whatever. Like the shit you wouldn't think of, they do it. Like shoving that shit up your ass or whatever. I don't even know that part.
That was wild.
That was wild, bro.
It's a funny movie, and it's like comedic all the way through, but then it has its moments of seriousness, which I think hit harder because it's the comedy. And I recommend this to like any family. I mean, besides like the dildo and butt plug part. It's a good family movie. Besides that,
it pulls on the heartstrings, and it is also like just really funny at some points.
Very heartfelt. I
think, spoiler alert, but one of the parts where like, you know, the mom, she wishes she had like this other life, or like, cause she leaves. I forgot where like she's from, like Korea.
I'm not sure.
I don't want to say the wrong thing, but she leaves her family.
I think they were Chinese.
I don't want to comment. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Let me look it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, keep going.
But it shows like the different past lives she could have lived if she either didn't meet her husband, or she pursued like martial arts, or if you know, all this other shit. And there was I think in the shit
caught it with my mouth.
But
the middle-aged Chinese
immigrants.
Cancel this guy. He thinks he's a Korean. He's get him out of
my
here.
bad, I didn't mean it was an accident. But there is in a different universe where her husband is basically saying that like, in another life I would have loved doing laundry and taxes with you.
My heart,
that made me sob, bro.
Yeah, because it's honestly though, like you pick a person in your life, and then you're just being happy with whatever you guys do together. You feel me? Because life is gonna get boring. Life is gonna get long.
And then like sometimes you wonder like, what if I did this differently? Like, how would my life turn out?
That's natural, right?
I don't think that's. I think it's natural, like normal.
I think it's just. I think as, but not to get off topic, but like as like especially our like generation, we are afraid of like dying and growing up too fast. And like boring stuff reminds us of that. So like when you get in a relationship for a long time and it's just one, like, you know how it's gonna go, you kind of like, oh damn, what could I have been, or like what if I did this and what if I did that. But
I think towards the end, like, you know, the mom appreciates what she has. She appreciates the daughter she has, her husband, her goofy ass husband she has. I think she, like, in the beginning of the movie, she just thought he was like annoying and childish.
But like, a good balance, right? You need that opposite in your life.
But I think in the movie too, like he basically says that like you think I'm weak because I'm too nice, but my niceness is how I deal with my problems. Basically,
you know who that reminds me of?
Huh?
My mom.
Really?
My mom. Yeah. I'll share like there was this moment. I came back from San Diego of us living together.
Yeah.
And we went out to Del Patron, like this Mexican place. Mm-hmm. And this waiter came up, was taking our food. And he was just in a bad mood. He was rude. He was like giving my mom attitude. And I was like, you visibly can tell like I was pissed off. I was like, who is this guy talking to my mom like this? Yeah. And I was getting mad. And if he turned towards me, he would have like... You would have... I don't know, but like... but my mom... was handling it with so much grace. She was like, oh, like, what about, do you like recommend this? And like controlling the situation and being happy with it, you know, like, and like, she's a happy-go-lucky person, and that's her like way to deal with stuff. Yeah.
Like getting his opinion on stuff.
Yeah. Getting his opinion on stuff and like not letting his
I like that. Yeah.
energy affect her energy.
Yeah.
So that reminded me of the dad, like the dad being happy-go-lucky.
Was she trying to make him feel better, like get him out of his mood, or like just like trying to control it?
She was just controlling it in her own way, and like she was moving at her own pace, not being affected by what he was bringing. Yeah, you know, so like that the main guy reminded me of that. Yeah, sometimes you can't let other people like tear down your energy, you know. Mm-hmm. So
for sure. But yeah, I think I missed what I said earlier, like you mistake my kindness as a weakness or something. Yeah, I think that's what he said. I don't know what I said earlier, but
that one hits. That's a good one.
That was really good. That's a good ass movie. Yeah, and like good like storytelling too, because like it's hard to like juggle all like the multiverse. Mm-hmm. Even like with Marvel, like doing the multiverse, like they're doing a shit job right now.
Yeah, tell me about it.
In that movie, they proved it's possible to do a multiverse movie without all just like, you know, make a good movie. Because I think that movie came out at the same time as Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness, and Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness wasn't good.
No,
it didn't get into like the multiverse stuff that I thought it would.
Nope.
But it shows that you don't need a big budget to do these, you know,
complex,
these big complex movies. Like, I think their budget was really small, and like their editing shit was in After Effects. They did it in After Effects. Oh, really? There was only like 2 editors.
Wow.
There's a really small team.
Wow, and their effects were amazing, man.
Yeah.
Like I remember there was this one, like she was like flying through all the multiverses.
Yeah.
But she was like getting like taken aback.
Yeah. They did that with just her like in a rolly chair and just in a green screen.
I would love to recreate that like in our own film, you know?
Yeah. Like, it just proves like you don't need all this big budget shit to make a good movie. Nope. Like if you're just creative, have, you know, a good vision, you can make a good ass movie.
100%. I also one thing I liked about this film was that it touched on like implicitly on depression, you know, like the everything bagel.
Oh yeah.
And like the main character, I forgot her name, but like her talking about how she feels and like how everything's gonna get sucked in and like
what, the daughter or the mom?
The daughter.
Oh yeah.
You know, like how nothing matters. You know, like I think implicitly like it was touching on that.
Yeah.
And I think also like I think that's so beautiful because I know in Asian culture, talking about mental health isn't a big thing. Like it's looked down upon.
Yeah,
like if you go to a therapist, like
just ignore it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I think it showed that like relationship in the movie.
Yeah.
And you know what really like took me like by surprise was the ending, where like
I forgot
the daughter like was leaving to go to the car and she was like mad at the mom and like the mom was gonna like I thought the mom was gonna come over and like say like I love you no matter what.
Oh,
and she was like, yeah, you could eat a little less. So like you could. And like I don't know, that part like just took me like she did end up like saying I love you no matter what or whatever.
Yeah, I think just like, you know, these things may be true, but like that doesn't mean I don't love you any less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like the mom sticking in her ways, but like also becoming a new person, like a new like learning her daughter and being there for her.
Damn, I haven't seen that movie in a while, and I'm glad you had it on your list.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to watch it again.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So is it my turn?
Yeah.
This is my third one?
Yeah, your third one.
Let me see.
What we got? What do we got? What do we got?
I don't think you've seen this movie, but one I have on here is The Whale.
No.
I'm not gonna get into spoilers because I want you to watch it.
Okay.
But I really recommend this movie. This is a movie that will, I don't know for you, but will make you cry.
Oh, okay. Oh, is this the one about the like big dude?
Yeah, this is the big dude.
Oh, I've been seeing.
You not seen it?
No, I have not seen it.
Oh, shit,
no, but I've seen like TikTok videos and like trailers.
But the movie is is about a guy named Charlie, a 600-pound man who's reclusive. He's unhealthy. He's an English teacher. He hides in his house and basically like eats his feelings, basically eating himself to death. And he also has this like estranged daughter who he's like trying to reconnect with for like a last chance of like redemption. Not to like get, because I want you to see this movie in its fullest, but the film covers like topics like religious trauma leading to suicide.
Religious trauma.
Yeah, there are some like religious themes in it. I'm not going to give anything away, but loss, secrets, regret, redemption, and like binge eating. And it's more of a character study about the main dude than rather than like a plot. Because you're just in this one room with this dude the entire movie, and that's really it.
Those are hard to do.
Yeah. Let me get close to the mic. I keep forgetting to put my mouth on the mic. But I like when I saw this. I think I saw it last year around the time it came out, and it just like it moved me. I thought Brendan Fraser gave a great performance, and he did give a great performance because he won an Oscar for this movie too. I like that there wasn't in the movie. There wasn't really an antagonist. Basically, everybody who still connects with Charlie is trying to help him as best as they could, but they're also like feeding into his like his unhealthy lifestyle.
Yeah, enabling it kind of.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. There's no antagonist, but everyone does have their flawed moments. But they still have heart. Like everyone's doing these things not to intentionally be bad, but everyone's human. You make mistakes,
and it's tough. Like it's tough, especially with like a loved one or someone you care about. Like being there for them and like not trying to enable them, but also trying to be like, cared for with them.
Yeah.
It's kind of like addiction,
Yeah. I mean, he does have an addiction, like eating and stuff. That's why the way he is. There is, I'm gonna not give too much into a scene, but there is a scene where something happens, which leads Brendan Fraser's character to binge eat, and the way they shoot it is like it's hard to watch, but not in a disgusting way. But just like, oh, like why are you doing this? Like, don't do this. And like I saw like there was like some articles I read where there were people who didn't like this movie because like they thought like the movie was like disgusting, like of a fat person, like fat phobia or whatever, and like those people fucking suck, like bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, just it also like deals with themes of like redemption, being oneself and just dealing with grief too. And
grief too as well.
Yeah, grief.
I'm about to check it out.
You're dude, this movie is really good. And then the daughter and dad relationship is so like you feel bad for Brendan Fraser. Like you feel nothing but bad during the whole entire movie.
There's just one of those that's like one of the hardest movies because like when you feel bad for a character throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, like I'm rooting for you. Yeah, I hope you do this. And
yeah,
I don't know if it has a good or like bad ending, but
I'm not. I don't want to say too much, man, because I want you to see this movie.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I just want you to like go into this with like eyes closed.
Yeah.
I hope whenever you do watch it, bro.
I'll text you. I'll tell you.
Bro, yeah. I think you could probably obviously rent it somewhere. But yeah, you should really check that out, man.
I will.
That's all I'm gonna say about it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. Okay, so I think this is my third one. You on your fourth?
I still have two more.
Okay.
So this was my third. So now you're doing your third.
Okay, but this is one.
I didn't see it.
This is one that has Robert Pattinson in it, and we watched this one together.
And this is.
I don't. If you ever had a dream where like you I don't think this is the one you think it is.
Yeah.
It's not Good Times.
Okay, I know what it is then.
Yeah. We spent, I think, a week trying to watch this movie.
Yes.
And it's called Lighthouse.
Yep.
It is with William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. And it is about two, I guess, sailors who are on this island, this lighthouse.
To watch the lighthouse.
Because
you need someone there to like, you know.
Yeah, and it just goes through this crazy story about like the two living in this lighthouse and like them like just going through like strange stuff together. And it is a weird, crazy movie, and it's like a trip from beginning to end.
Yeah, the movie's wild.
Shot in black and white.
I love that shot in black and white.
One of my favorite actors, William Dafoe.
That dude is creepy.
No, in the movie too.
Yeah, yes, he is something else.
Goblin, huh?
Yeah, Green Goblin. Green Goblin. He is. I'm glad you said that movie. I wasn't sure if you're gonna pick that or not, because that's kind of like a really, like, I don't know how you would interpret that movie.
Yeah.
Like,
it's been a minute since I watched it.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I watched it too. But it did take us forever to get into it.
Yeah.
And then I think once, like, that first like 40 minutes or something, like it started like picking up a little bit, but like it was really slow.
And I remember when we finished it, we were like, that was amazing.
Yeah, man.
Good ass movie.
And like now we like saw all the hype about it.
Yeah, and like,
and it's funny too.
Oh yeah,
it's a funny, surprisingly funny.
Yeah. I think what made me put it on my list is two things. Maybe not so much the plot, because it's very open, like it's to what you interpret. Interpret. But the two things that made me put on my list is it is shot in black and white, and it's a good like color graded black and white film. And then also the acting in this movie, they have accents and they're taking on the sailor like character, and man, they kill it.
And it's shot in 3:4 aspect ratio too. I love that. I love when movies do that. I know it like leaves less room to like film, but I really like that.
Yeah, I really like it too, because like that is what OG film was shot on, you know?
Yeah.
Like on a square aspect ratio.
Yeah.
And
I think this was like Robert Pattinson, like this was like, I don't know if it came out the same year or like a couple years after Good Times, but like that's like Robert Pattinson started really making a name for himself, like with Good Times, The Lighthouse, and then Batman, and then he just like
he broke out of that Twilight
boy era
cast type.
Yeah, and like I think he really like with those like 3 movies really like proved himself, like he can really, you know, get into his character, and he's really one of the best actors.
Yeah, you proved me wrong.
Yeah. you were dogging on him for like the longest time.
Yeah, man, I was close-minded.
Like, fuck this guy.
I was like, Twilight boy, fuck out of here. But no, he's a great actor. Much love to him. Like, I think a lot of people need to give him his flowers now. You know, like, good ass actor. So, What you got next?
What else? I don't think you've seen this one. The Lobster. Have you seen that?
No.
Really?
You picking on these animal movies.
Yeah.
The Whale, The Lobster.
Yeah, man.
The Killing of the Sacred Deer.
Oh, have you seen that one?
No, we watched it together, but I don't remember it.
That's a good one too.
The cow beef.
But The Lobster is another one of my favorites. It is just as weird, like it's a trip, it's a trip of a movie. It's set in a dystopian society where single people must enter in a romantic relationship within 45 days or they will be transformed into an animal of their choice.
Crazy plot.
Yeah.
Crazy plot.
That right there should make you want to watch the movie itself.
It's giving me like Black Mirror vibes.
Yeah, it is. What else? I'm fucking up. But
oh fuck.
Are you right?
Man down.
This dude hit his weenus. But
that wasn't funny.
It has. What was that? It has Colin Farrell in it, which he plays the Penguin in Batman. Do you know who he is?
Yeah. Wait, which Batman?
The new with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, okay.
He's also in Killing of a Sacred Deer. Okay. But he used to be like in a lot of like bigger movies back in the day, but I think he started doing more like indie movies, and like I think that's where he best shines at because he's able to like really get into his character, and I think like the movies he does, I think he's really like particular about his movies now, and the movies now like he gives his all and like his best performances.
Good.
And
damn, I don't know where I stopped.
Well, we still got the audio.
Yeah.
Dang, bro. Okay. The camera keeps cutting out, but we're still gonna keep doing
Wait, let's do the clap.
What? Oh yeah.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
We're back.
As I was saying, this movie, I just loved like the absurdity of it. It's a really like trippy movie. It's a satire, and then also like it really goes into the themes of like societal pressures to like being in a relationship.
Yeah.
And like the nature of that love in the relationship, and the idea of love and fear and the fear of love. And I think it really like it just, I don't know, like do these people, because like in the movie, I'm not gonna give away too much, but like in the movie, like you're in this hotel room with like a bunch of other single people, and you have to find somebody that's compatible with you, and that's how if you find someone compatible within 45 days, then you get married, and then you can go back into society, like back to the city and stuff. Like in the city, you have to be coupled up.
Okay.
Or else they'll turn you into an animal.
You get to pick what animal you want.
You get to pick what animal you want, though.
Okay.
What animal would you pick?
Oh, good question. Didn't they say something like you have to pick like an animal that makes sense, like in the movie?
I don't know. I think it's just whatever you want.
I would pick. Oh, that's hard. I would pick.
Snake. I'd be a snake?
I'd be a snake.
Oh, I'd be a monkey.
A monkey?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's like a human?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I still just do my normal shit.
Yeah.
But one of the things is like, do these people actually want to be in a relationship, or do they just have the fear of not wanting to be an animal?
Yeah.
And
that's crazy. Yeah.
And like you can't have sex with anybody.
Even in the relationship?
Well, in the relationship you can.
Okay.
But like if you're single and stuff, you have to get to know these people, make sure you're compatible first before. I think if you do have sex, that's confirming it. Yeah. And then you can like go out, back out.
But
yeah. Yeah. But there's just like, to be compatible, like there's this one couple where the chick would always get nosebleeds and the dude didn't want to become an animal, so he didn't get nosebleeds, but he tricked her into thinking he did by basically slamming his nose into like whatever,
like
and
going that far.
Yeah.
I saw that one on like a TikTok.
Yeah. And then you also have people who like
the pressure.
Who you have people who like don't do either couple up or want to go like the hotel and stuff, and you have like these other people that live in the woods, and they're like, I think you can do whatever you want, you still can't have sex either. But you can like, I think, hug and stuff. I forget, I haven't seen the movie in a while, but it used to be my favorite movie for the longest time.
Yeah.
I definitely need to rewatch it. It's on HBO, so.
Okay, I think I have that. So.
Yeah.
That's one thing. That's one that's been on my list for a while too.
Really?
It's just like, I don't know, like the only thing that stopped me from watching is like, I don't know how weird it gets, you know?
It does get pretty weird.
Yeah. I think with those movies, I gotta like prep myself.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, I'm about to watch a out there movie. So I'd be like, okay, let me.
Yeah. You definitely check that movie out.
Like there's a movie called I think The Walrus.
Yes, I've seen that movie.
And that one I'm like,
is that an A24 movie too?
I think so. Actually, no, I'm not sure. I didn't see it on like.
I think it is. I think it's supposed to be like a spoof of like the Human Centipede. It's not like a spoof, but like
I typed it in and a whole bunch of animals popped up. Oh, it's called Tusk.
Oh yeah. But yeah, he gets transformed into a walrus.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, definitely check that movie out.
Yeah, well. So what are we on, number 4 now?
That was on my 4, so now you're on your number 4.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you with a good one. I'm gonna hit you with Mr. Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems.
Okay.
This guy is amazing in this movie,
bro. Good ass movie.
Yeah, he also did another movie called Punch Drunk Love that Angelo put me on. This was before Uncut Gems, but I'm telling you, Uncut Gems is what I think Good Times was trying. I mean, which one came out first?
Good Times came out first, but like I think it paved the way for Uncut Gems.
Yeah, you know, like not that. One that's better than the other, but like I went back and watched Good Times.
Oh really?
And it wasn't as good as I remembered.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Good Times is why I recently watched Good Times. I think Good Times is way better. Not way better. It's a little bit better than Uncut Gems.
Really?
Because I think it did the style first, and like, you know, like the music, you know, it's like very synth based.
Yeah.
And I think it just did that aesthetic. I think Good Times is better than Uncut Gems.
Because when I first watched Good Times, I was mind blown. I was like, this is the best fucking movie ever. And then I rewatched it and I was like, it is still a great movie. But I think it was just like the pacing of it was like chaotic, but like I felt like it was like dragging a bit.
Good Times?
Like it didn't keep my attention as much as the first. Of course, not as much as the first time.
Yeah.
But again, I haven't rewatched Uncut Gems, so it could be the same thing. With that one.
I have to rewatch Uncut Gems
because I think we watched Uncut Gems together for the first time, and I think
we watched it in theaters.
We smoked before.
And that was a good time.
And we had no idea what we were getting into.
Yeah,
because like that is an anxiety-packed film.
It is. It's like bad choice after bad choice.
Yeah, it's just about Adam Sandler's character. I forgot Howie, I believe, or
Howie. Yeah,
and he's just like a scam artist who like is.
I think he's a jeweler.
He's a jeweler, but like he's also like.
He has a gambling addiction.
He's a sketchy dude.
Yeah.
You know, he's not like an upstanding citizen or anything. And he's like gambling, and he's like, he takes this ring from like an NBA player. Like, it is just a wild
He's
plot.
Like pawning off all these things to like, to fund back into his gambling addiction. And like, he has loan sharks after him.
Yep.
And I think the loan shark is like one of his family family members too.
Yeah, it is.
So that like that dynamic that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I love this movie too because it has, for my basketball fans out there, it has Kevin Garnett in it.
Who the fuck is that?
He's a pretty well known basketball player, and he did pretty good acting. You know,
he did all right.
I mean, for a basketball player, you feel me?
I think he did okay because the Safdie brothers, they cast their people, but they also bring like just regular people into the movies too. Like, the people who like Adam Sandler goes to like a bunch of different people who he wants to place bets and stuff. And those are just people from New York. And then he'd go to like the jeweler, like the pawn shops and stuff. Those are actually people that work at the pawn shops.
Did not know that.
Yeah. And then like Kevin Garnett's in there just playing himself.
Which I think I like that because like I think I like movies where if they're talking about sports, I love it when they incorporate real like footage of sports and real people from the sports. I'm not a big fan of them recreate. I get it like why they do it, but recreating like a fake football team and a fake scene. Yeah. But I just love it when they put like the authentic stuff they're talking about.
Yeah.
But that movie, like you watch Adam Sandler and you're like, oh, don't do that. Like, oh, like stop.
Dude, yeah. He just I think the Safdie brothers are really good at making you like hate their characters. Cause like Adam Sandler is just like he has to pay these people back, but the money he gets money, and he decide instead of paying who he needs to pay, he wants more money, so he gambles it and he thinks he's gonna get win the jackpot or whatever, and always placing bets,
which I think is kind of the theme of the movie. Would you say like about greed?
Mm-hmm. Like always wanting more.
Yeah, because like the stone, there's like this. What the movie is like kind of revolved around is this like
the gem. Yeah, the opal.
Yeah, it's like this green opal mined in I think like South Africa. Yeah, and like that, I mean, if you can like draw analogies to like the U.S. and iPhones about how our own greed, like we exploit people in Africa to make our products.
Yeah,
So it touches on the theme of greed and then like not like always chasing something.
Right. Yeah.
Which I liked. He's just a sketchy motherfucker.
Yeah, he is. He is. Like also to the intro of the movie. It goes from the gem and what's inside the gem, and then it pans out, and it literally comes out of Adam Sandler's asshole because he's getting a colonoscopy. You forgot about that, bro? It like transitions. Yeah, and I think that was kind of a weird intro.
Yeah, I remember like spoiler alert. There was a the ending where like the ending was intense because he like owes these mob people money, and then he, like you said, he gets the money and bets it all on this game because he has this gem that like gives him good luck. And he ends up like the situation that happens, he traps the people in his like office into this
room before they can come in,
and these people are watching the game with him, and they're like, you better hit or whatever, and then he wins huge.
Wins.
And then Adam is like, okay, I got your money, I'm gonna let you out. And the guy's so mad, he comes out, boom, shoots him in the head.
Shoots him in the fucking cheek.
Yeah. Dude, it was like, I remember.
I was not expecting that.
No, I was so shocked. I was like, jaw to the floor.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to get your money, dog?
Yeah. Dumbass.
Dummy, man. Like,
but I think they just start taking everything that's in
the
thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that just.
Yeah.
And then it zooms in on his bullet hole, huh?
Oh, and it zooms in, goes in it, and then I think it's the ending credits.
Yeah.
And it plays like this.
It's just kind of like a circle, like out his butt into his head.
Oh my gosh, that movie was so good.
It was chaotic.
I think whenever I was doing my research for another movie, I read that Jonah Hill was supposed to be in Adam Sandler's role.
Oh, Adam Sandler's.
Yeah, Jonah Hill was supposed to be Howie. I'm glad they didn't do that though, because I could have sworn I read somewhere where they specifically wrote the role for Adam Sandler, but I don't know if yeah.
Do you think Jonah Hill could have pulled that off?
No.
I think so.
You think so?
I think so. Because like Adam Sandler wasn't like people didn't think he could pull that off. And that kind of like showed people.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh man.
I think because like Jonah Hill has that like New Yorker.
But I think Adam Sandler's been around long enough to like be able to like do that. I think if Jonah Hill was around like a couple years longer, like in acting and stuff, I think
like he might have more seasoned.
Yeah,
I could see him though. I could see.
Really, I can't see him. I can't see him.
I could see it. I'm just imagining Uncut Gems with Jonah Hill
style.
Yeah,
Jonah Hill cut.
He's like just like it's him just being like a super bad character.
Oh god, that's a good movie.
Yeah. Is this your last one?
This is my last one. I thought you were gonna say it before, but Good Time.
Yeah. It's actually not on my list.
Oh really?
Yeah. No.
Oh shoot.
It was because I like you said you left off a couple because you thought I was saying. I thought you were gonna say it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I thought I could have sworn because you literally.
I know. I
was like, good times. Good times. But I was gonna do Good Times and Uncut Gems, but I was like, no, like I'm just gonna do one of the Safdie brothers movies.
Which I'm glad I have mine.
Yeah.
So we talk
and
about
this I think I like Good Times a little bit more than Uncut Gems because I think it's really overshadowed. I think Uncut Gems is obviously more popular than Good Time. But yeah, I recently watched this and I thought it was just a really good predecessor to Uncut Gems. It's basically the story of a failed bank robbery gone wrong. Connie, who's played by Robert Pattinson, tries to right his wrongs to save his mentally handicapped brother from jail, and basically that's the whole entire like movie. It's just basically him trying to get his brother out of jail in one night. Like the whole movie takes place in one night.
Does it?
Yeah.
Damn, there's so much stuff that happens.
One night gone wrong.
Oh, I forgot about that. And I just watched it too.
Really? Yeah, I
right, yeah.
really love this movie. I think it's like the aesthetic is very pleasing. It's visceral. It has a lot of handheld shots, which I really like because it really makes you feel like you're up close and personal. It has like these really like uncomfortable close-ups like of characters' faces. The score, I really love the music to the movie. It's like I think it said very synth heavy, and it adds on more anxiety than there already is throughout the film. Yeah, it's the predecessor to Uncut Gems. I think like I said earlier, the Safdie brothers are really good at making you like have like this love-hate relationship with characters.
Yeah.
Because like Robert Pattinson's character, he's like. Oh, first of all, would you say that Robert Pattinson's character is selfish or selfless? Because he's doing all this shit to save his brother, but he's also like trying to like save his own ass during the movie.
Oh, that's
like
hard.
He's doing all this shit. Yeah, like
but to save his ass.
To like cover up. Yeah, but he's like essentially doing all this shit to get his brother out of jail.
Yeah,
but in the movie and stuff too, like he goes to the bail bonds place and he's like he brings his lady with him. He's like, yeah, all I need is a couple grand, and it ends up being 10 grand, and she's like, oh, like you need this.
Yeah,
and you can tell obviously this isn't like their first interaction with each other.
They have a history of him fucking her over.
Yeah, basically he probably like takes money from her all the time.
Yeah,
and
I would say he's this might be controversial. I would say he's selfish. No, not selfish. Selfless.
Really?
Yeah. I think when it comes to his brother specific. Anybody else, selfish.
Really? Yeah.
I think he's doing everything for his brother out of love.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't leave his brother in jail.
Yeah.
Like of course he's trying to save his skin, but at the same time, like he's doing so much to get his brother
really?
out.
I think he's selfish.
Yeah.
He's selfish. Is it arrogant?
Arrogant.
Ignorant?
Arrogant.
I
think I think arrogant.
But like you said, the love he has for his brother, I put on here that one of the themes is love. Is like essentially it's a love story.
Siblings.
Because Robert Pattinson is doing all this stuff to get his brother back, and I got on here. There is no right or wrong when you act out of love, despite not having the right kind of love to give them. The film was about a destructive love.
That's what I was gonna mention, because like he has love for his brother and he's doing everything for his brother, but like
he's such a bad influence.
Exactly. He himself is not a good person. Yeah. So like he's not a good person for his brother, because his brother is handicapped and mentally handicapped in some ways. And you see in the beginning of the film, his brother is like unwavering loyal to his brother, to Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
And Robert's like basically tells him what to do, like, you follow me, we stick together. And then near the end, like, you see these therapists kind of chip away at his younger brother, and it's like, and the brother like kind of comes to like understand, like, maybe my brother isn't the best for me.
Yeah, you talking about when they're doing like cross the room? Do you remember that part?
No.
At the end where Connie gets arrested and it goes back to the brother who's in basically with that therapist again, and the therapist enrolls him in a class with a bunch of other mentally handicapped people. And they're all like, you know, we're gonna play cross the room if you like candy, cross the room if you done this.
Oh,
and like
good ending.
That I love that ending, because the credits roll too, but it's still playing that scene.
Yeah.
And basically, what is it? Nick, the character, like he's like hesitant at first because they're crossing the room and stuff, and he's just kind of like looking. And then she gets to like the deeper questions, like cross the room if you've ever been in a fight with a family member. He crosses the room. Like cross the room if you've ever been blamed for something that wasn't your fault. He crosses the room. And I think that's like him like realizing that like he is in a better spot and that his brother wasn't good for him.
Yeah.
But
I think
sorry, but also like there is a song that plays in the end where one of the lyrics is, the pure always act from love, the damned always act from love. So basically, like I said, it's a love story. Even though like Connie loved his brother, he wasn't doing the best things for him.
Yeah, I guess you could say like Connie was the damned and his brother was the pure.
Yeah.
You know, because his brother like
his brother didn't know any better.
Again, he was a little slow, and he like everything he did was out of innocence. While Connie was, everything he did was out of like, I wouldn't say a malicious intent, but it was like more thought out about his selfish needs. But then I think it comes into play when you're taking care of somebody like Connie is, like, you have to be self-aware of like what you are doing to you, the person you're taking care of.
Yeah.
And he was not self-aware in any aspect. You know? So even though he knew he loved his brother and he thought he was doing everything for him, in reality he was just hurting him.
Yeah.
You know? So
and I think at the end, like, Nick starts realizing that, and is he's hit with that reality, and instead of like, you know, dismissing it, he's like confronting it at that point. You playing Toesies?
Playing under the table. Yeah. I love that dynamic between them.
Yeah. The relationship was the dynamic. The relationship is I was really fucking with it.
Yeah. I tell you, my favorite part, especially the first time watching it, was when, so the beginning of the movie starts off with the bank heist, right?
Yeah.
And what's not Connie's name, but his brother's name?
His character's name?
Yeah.
Nick.
So Nick is the slow one, and they're running away from the police. They're trying to escape or whatever. And then he ends up like smashing through this like
the sliding door
and gets caught by the police. So he gets taken to the hospital, and Connie's like, I need to break out this guy. I need to break him out and take him home with me. So he breaks into the hospital, goes past security and the cops, and then grabs his brother, who's like
bandaged up, has a neck brace on.
Just like, he is broken, he is hurt.
Yeah.
And he gets him out of the hospital, surprisingly.
That whole scene was on my toe. I was on my toes.
Yeah, you're on the edge of your seat, and then finally he gets the bandage off what he thinks is his brother, and it's just this random guy.
Yeah,
and you're like, in that moment, I remember watching that movie. I was like, no,
yeah,
way.
Like, and that dude too, who plays that character, he's not like an actor or anything. I think they just He did a good job. Like, I think that was his first movie. I think he's like I said, like the Safdie brothers just cast like people from New York, people on the streets.
Yeah.
And this dude was just like a New Yorker. And I think they just liked him. You can tell
he's like authentic, man. Like he feels like from New York.
Mm-hmm. I really loved like his him and Connie and that one chick go to White Castle, and he basically has this monologue of like, yo, I don't know what the fuck happened. You know, I was so fucked up. You know, I just got out of jail. You know, when I get out of jail, I'm gonna want to drink. So I go get a drink, and I hit my boy up.
He gave me some Zans.
Yeah. And then my boy knows a dude who has acid, so we do acid, and then we're at the arcade playing, and this dude comes, and
it's this long ass story,
bro. Yeah, and it's just like all in like one take, and that's probably one of my favorite like parts of the movie.
Yeah, same. And because I love that part too, because I mean, I'm not sure how long. Maybe like it goes for like 2 to 5 minutes long of him telling the story, and then at the end of the story, he's like looking over at Robert Pattinson, like, "Are you even listening to me?" Yeah. And Robert is like
looking up the place where to try to find the acid.
Yeah,
so
the
he can
one
sell
part
it.
of his story.
Yeah.
He like listened, which is selfish. You know, he's only thinking about. He heard that part of the story.
Yeah,
and was like, "That's the only thing I care about because it has something that can benefit me."
Yeah, and I think it's like we said, debating whether Robert Pattinson is selfish or selfless. He's selfish too, because when he was running, when they were both, him and his brother were running away from the cops, he left his brother behind.
Yeah,
and like
didn't even look back. Like, didn't even wait. Know he was.
Didn't even wait for him.
Yeah,
and I think he was just trying to kind of just right his wrong and just try to get his brother back. And
do you think it's possible to be both?
Hit me with the deep questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just in general for a person or for the character itself? Like, is he redeemable?
Maybe just I want to stick to the character.
The character?
Yeah.
I think for Robert Pattinson's character, I think he could be both. Like, I think he could be both. Because he is doing all this shit to get his brother out of jail, but his brother wouldn't be in jail if he didn't leave him behind.
Yeah,
and then like all, like the dude, like, because then when they find the acid, like it's technically the other dude's acid, but he wants him basically to buy it back from him, and like, you know, all this other shit.
But dude, that scene where they actually go to get the acid, and then like the amusement park guy like
the
catches
security?
them, and they the dude catches them, and then Connie beats the security and then drugs him, like pours the acid down his mouth.
Mouthful of acid in his mouth.
Bro. And then the cops come like and think the security, because they switch clothes, and like they think the security guard is the burglar, and like he can't speak because he's so high on acid.
Bro, like that shit will like damage you for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
like, he literally fucked that guy up.
Yep.
Literally, like I couldn't even imagine what that dude was seeing. You
especially if you
drank a gallon of acid.
I'm surprised he didn't OD. I'm not sure what happened to him, but like
you could OD over that.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then you want to talk about that controversial scene?
Yeah, let's get into it, because like
I think
so. The way he gets to the scene is what, like, he breaks his brother out of the jail. He breaks what he thinks is
his brother. Yeah,
and they get into like a random person's house.
Yeah,
that he rode the bus with.
Yeah,
so she kind of knows him.
Yeah,
and in the house is the grandmother's or the mom's kid.
Yeah, it's the grandma.
Yeah. So the grandma's asleep, and
the granddaughter.
The Connie's hanging out with the granddaughter, and they're like, he like dyes his hair to like
blonde to like
as a disguise or whatever, and he's watching TV with the granddaughter, and then on the TV comes up like the news of
his mugshot.
Yeah. And Connie's like, oh shit, and then kisses the girl.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like,
he should have been like, look over there or something like like I think that's probably one of my least favorite parts is like, why did they have to do that?
Yeah, I felt like it was so unnecessary because like the result basically was like, basically he just asked, like after all that, he asked the granddaughter, hey, do you have a car and let's bounce to go get my brother or like return this guy to the hospital.
Yeah, but I don't know, because after he kisses her, he picks her up and takes her to the room, but I don't know what would have happened
if the guy
didn't wake up. So I don't know like what was gonna I don't know.
Yeah,
what
and
was
just
gonna
the
happen.
thought of like what he was gonna do, I'm like,
I don't know if that was really necessary.
No, I didn't see how it like progressed the plot. You know.
Yeah, like I feel like there could have been another way of like either like throwing something at the TV or be like, oh shit, look over there. Yeah. I was not a fan. I think they could have cut that one out. Yeah.
He like, the girl did become like invested in him. Like
she did.
Like she became like his like sidekick or whatever. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this for you. Like, oh, we're gonna go to you can take the car and this and that. But like
for a minute, and then,
I think
like,
you could have wrote it better, man. Like
and then he kind of just like he just uses what he can out of her and like kind of like dumps her. Yeah. Well, she gets caught by the cops and he just
lies. Yeah, something like
he lies, but he kind of saves her at the same time because like because he's playing the security guard and like the cops ask Robert Pattinson if he if this chick was the one that was in the amusement park, and he's like, no, that wasn't her. It was some other person. But I mean,
it also shows you how despicable his character is.
Yeah.
You know, like you really don't like him after that. I'm like, like, bro, I hope you get caught at this point. Like,
bro,
fuck.
Yeah. And then I think this movie just has like an abrupt ending. Like they're in the apartment and Robert Pattinson's basically like, you know, fuck this, I'm out. Like, and the one dude's trying to stop him, and then he can't stop him because a dog starts biting his arm, and it's just like it just starts getting just like hectic, and Robert Pattinson's gone, and then the cops pull up, and then you just see from the balcony from the top of the apartment, just like
on the ledge,
like an aerial view of just Robert Pattinson running from the cops, and he gets caught, and then he drops the
It just happened though. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, I forgot what I was freaking saying.
You said he was running from the cops.
Oh, and yeah.
Aerial view.
Yeah, he was running from the cops, and he drops the Sprite bottle full of the acid, and the other dude sees it and is like hitting up his buddy, like, you got to come back. You know, it's on top of this roof in a puddle, and the cops at this point are basically coming into the apartment that one dude is in, and he's trying to like run from the cops too, but he jumps out, he goes out the window trying to cross the balcony into the apartment next to it, and he falls off, and he dies.
And that's it. That's the end of the
I think everything just went like crazy at the end.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like it was just super. The conclusion was just super quick.
Yeah, which I think I like.
I don't have a problem with it. Yeah. It's just like I don't know. It just caught me off guard a little bit. I
have a problem with movies doing the opposite, and it's called ending fatigue. It's like when the big thing gets resolved, and then like they're still telling the story after whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like wrap it up. Yeah. I'm like, you already gave us what we wanted. Yeah. Like, come on. Yeah. But this one, like, I love how like basically everything caught up to him. Like he was doing so much like messed up stuff, and then all in just like a blink of an eye, like everything caught up to him. And he was done.
Man, that was such a good movie.
Yeah, I really like it. It is really, one of my top favorite movies.
Yeah, I really prefer that over Uncut Gems.
Yeah,
I think they're both good, but I think I just like Good Time a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe I'm a little biased because it's got Adam Sandler.
Is that it?
I got one more.
Oh, okay, yeah. Damn, this is a long one, bro.
Yeah, I think we're going on.
I'm kind of glad we didn't do 10.
Yeah. We'd be here like tonight. It would have been 5 hours long.
I think we've been doing this for like an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, yep.
Almost 2 hours.
Okay, so I don't think you've watched this one before.
Okay.
Which sucks. I want to be able to talk to you.
Yeah.
But this last one is my favorite A24 movie. I just watched it last week, and it is called Minari.
Oh, no, I've not seen that.
No, it is the one. I don't want to butcher his name, but it's with
Stephen Yeun.
Stephen Yeun.
Yeah.
And Stephen Yeun is a phenomenal actor. He played in The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
He played in the new Netflix series.
Oh, Beef. Yeah.
And he
good A24 show.
Oh, it is.
It's A24.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good actor. Minari is about a Korean American family.
Thanks for giving me a heads up.
It is about a Korean American family that comes from Korea to live their American dream. You know, they moved to Arkansas to basically they don't move from Korea to Arkansas. They were living in Cali originally, and then left because his wife wasn't good at her job. Like she wasn't fast enough. Which the job was
in Korea?
In Cali.
Oh.
The job was to like separate chicks, like male chicks and small chicks. You know, like
chickens?
Yeah, like the small yellow.
Oh, yeah.
You call them chicks, right?
Yeah.
So like that was the job, to separate them. And the guy was like a speedster. He was like, guy, girl,
really?
guy. But the wife was a little slow.
Yeah.
For Cali standards. So they moved to Arkansas, and that's the job. And then I guess without telling the wife, the husband is gonna start a farm.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, like that's like how they get to Arkansas. But like this movie is a Korean American family, beautiful film. It's just like about living the American dream and like I don't know, the struggles of doing that. Like I know there's a part in the film where the guy, like the husband is talking to the wife, like, do you remember when we came to America and we told each other that like we were gonna save each other in America, and like now they're going through all this shit together. And
well, like what kind of like financial struggles, like their relationship.
The wife in the end is like, I want to move back to Cali, and the husband is like, no, I need to show the kids I can finish something and like, do this farm.
I like that.
So they're like on the verge of like separating. The reason I like this movie so much is because it is so funny.
Is it?
Yeah. Everybody in this, every character is hilarious. Like the dad is being the dad, like whatever. The mom is like the strict Korean mom.
Yeah.
You have the oldest daughter who's like, I don't know, 7, who like takes on that like, oh, like I had to take care of my brother.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you who the star is the little kid in the movie.
Of course it is.
Of course. Like, because like the foreign grandma like comes from Korea to live with them for a little bit.
Yeah.
And the kid does not like the grandma. He's like, you are like the most grandma ever. Like grandmas are supposed to bake cookies. They're supposed to give warm hugs.
Yeah.
And this grandma's over here like teaching the kid how to play cards and cussing and like doing like just being like rough around the edges grandma.
Yeah.
And
grandma.
Oh fuck.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna
bust. I think it died.
The battery's dead.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have another one?
No, I have another one.
That's cool. I'm about to wrap this up anyway.
All right. So there is going to be a little picture, a visualizer for the rest of this podcast. I apologize about that. Hey. It's my fault. I charged my camera before I came. It was full charge.
We just went.
We went long. I think we went longer than we thought.
Yeah, this is the longest one yet. So.
All right, now there's no pressure on this camera on us. We can say whatever the fudge we want.
I don't gotta look good no more. I got. Okay.
Right.
But yeah, I think the story of this movie is the little boy, because there's this one scene, like the boy's like, you're not a grandma.
Yeah.
You know, like you are like not it.
Yeah.
And there's this scene where the boy's getting fed up with her, and the grandma's like, "Hey, can you go fill up my soup or whatever?" And the boy like a little preface, or it's like the boy is having trouble like not peeing in the bed, like he wets the bed.
Yeah.
And his mom is like, whenever you go pee, he's like I dream in my dream I'm like I'm peeing. And so that's why I pee the bed. And his mom's like, whenever you pee, pinch yourself and say, is this a dream? Is this a dream?
Yeah.
So he takes his grandma's soup and goes to the bathroom and pisses in the bowl. And he's like, this is not a dream. This is not a dream. And he takes it to the grandma, and the grandma takes a sip of it. And he just books it out the house. Really? Yeah. And it was so funny.
Really? Oh man, that sounds funny. You gotta check that out.
Yeah. And then like the parents wanted to whip him with a stick.
Oh.
And like reprimand him.
Oh yeah.
And the grandma's the one backing him up, like, hey, he's just a kid. He's just.
Oh really? Okay. I like that.
So the grandma's like sticking up for him, even though she drank his pee.
Yeah. But wasn't the grandma always messing with the kid too?
Yeah, like there was this funny part where like she was like, how do you say penis in English? And because he's wet in the bed, she turns to the kid, he's like, penis broken. And the kid is like, no grandma, it's ding dong, it's called ding dong. And then it comes back up like they're at church. And he makes a new friend, and he comes up to the mom and grandma. He's like, can I sleep over at his house? And the mom is like, no, you can't. And the kid's like, why can't he sleep over the house? And the grandma's like, ding dong broken. It's like heartfelt. It's funny. It hits all like the good parts.
I seen that. I haven't seen the movie, but like I've heard of it.
Yeah.
And like I had no interest in watching it, but like knowing that you watched it, like I'm probably gonna go check it out now.
I thought it was gonna be boring, to be honest.
Really?
Because like it didn't seem like a captivating movie. But honestly, I could not stop looking away from it.
Really? That's good. That's good.
And then like the grandma burns down the farm at the end of the movie.
Oh,
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But like I think it touches on a lot of like taking care of like your elders and like them making mistakes, you know.
Yeah. The American dream.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one to end the podcast on. A heartfelt movie.
Yeah. Very heartfelt.
Yeah. Dang, I gotta check that one out.
Yeah, I think that is.
I think that's
the top 5.
Yeah, five of our favorites.
I really like this podcast.
Yeah, that was a good episode. We went longer than I thought we would. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Cutting into my girlfriend time right now.
Yeah, cutting into my girlfriend time right now. But that is our 5 A24 movies. Think that wraps up the episode. I think next, I don't know what we're gonna do next.
Maybe like a review.
I think we should watch a movie together and do like a review.
Yeah, I'm sure that one won't go as long.
I think it'll probably be like 30 minutes or something. Yeah, which is we should throw some short ones in there too.
Yeah, I want to like kind of like see what does good and what like we like.
Yeah. I think next one we'll do a movie review, and then I think a couple episodes later we're gonna do 5 more A24 movies.
And then we should mix it up and do like maybe like I don't know, like a topic, maybe not movie, like have a guest on or something. You know?
That'd be cool. Just talking.
Yeah, just talking.
That'd be dope.
Shooting the shit.
Hell yeah.
Talking
I like
shit.
that. Oh yeah. All right. Well, this is the end of the episode. We really appreciate you guys for listening, and any support means a lot to us, and we're very thankful for anybody who watches these or listens to these. But yeah, this is the Two Buds podcast.
Yes, sir. We out.
All right, we're out of here.